Welcome to day 13 of Solitude. If you see my arm moving, my cat's next to me, so I'm petting him as I'm talking to you. So, quick review from yesterday. We talked a lot about depression, signs to look for, things that would be an alert of concern. And I just want to remind everyone of the National Suicide Prevention Hotline, which is 1 800 273 8255. So keep that in mind and share that with people widely, especially during this time where we're not able to have the visual contact with people as much, and therefore people can be struggling and we may not even be aware of it. So today I want to highlight, and I just beam because whenever I talk about my sister, she's my absolute best friend, and she's brilliant, and she's a school psychologist. And she reminded me that maybe something to cover in some of these videos would be something related to kids. Since I don't work with kids, that didn't really come top of mind to me. But given that many of you are in a situation where you're in your homes with your children now 24/7, I imagine that a number of you are having some potential challenges related to that. And so the emphasis that we want to put on today is just to really be communicating positively to your children, whether it's about them personally or about the circumstances. The parents really set the tone for the household in terms of, is this going to be a household that is going to be really fear-focused, or is this going to be a household that really recognizes that we will get past this, we have strengths, all the kind of affirmations I've mentioned in previous videos. So as parents, I know that it can be a real challenge to be in confined quarters with them day after day, and they're doing schoolwork and they're wanting to get their energy out. And it is really important to be able to center yourself as the person who sets the tone, and to be able to come back, and if you start to get short with your kids, or if you just are having a really rough day, or things happen in the household that just seem to set you off more than normal, that you come back and really address it and talk to them about it and really say, I'm sorry, that was not how I wanted to communicate that to you, or that wasn't appropriate for me to say. And to really just recognize that, because that's modeling for them. That's demonstrating that it's okay to come back and say, I made a mistake, and I want to make sure that I let you know that what I said wasn't okay, or it wasn't the tone I should have used, or something like that. So just a few highlights of positive things that your kids really, really need to hear during this time. And I realize these might sound simple, but it's easy to get caught up in just the ongoing day-to-day and not stop and really connect with your child. So one of the things that I encourage people to do in communicating with people whenever they have a really important message to give them and they want to make sure that they hear it. So I think it's 3 things, but it might be 4 if I get through it. The first thing is to use physical touch. So some type of gentle, like hand on a knee, hand on a hand on an arm. So that physical connection is really important. It's also important for getting people's attention, whether it's a child or an adult. The other thing is to really do eye contact. So make sure that you're kind of leaning into them. You're letting them know, I want to connect with you. I want you to see me and hear me, and I want to see and hear you. And the other thing, and I find this extremely effective, is to slow down our speech, because it helps people to concentrate and focus more. They're waiting for the next word. So by slowing down, you're grabbing their attention, because they want to know what the next word is that's coming. And in our society, rapid speech tends to be the absolute norm. So what I'm asking you to do is really the opposite, and to be intentional and slow down. And then the 4th thing, I knew there was a 4th thing, is to use the person's first name in a nice way, not in a the thing where we use the whole full name because somebody's in trouble, but in a nice way, like, Tyler, I hear that you're upset. So really all those different things, and just combining that in there, and then being able to make the message as positive as possible. So letting your kids know during this very uncertain, kind of scary time, that you love them, that you will care for them, that they are safe. These are core messages that they need to hear. And really, if we want to go back to the fixed and growth mindset, one of the nice things about that I've learned and really put into practice is being more specific, more behaviorally specific in giving praise, rather than giving generic praise like, you're so smart or something like that. And I got to say, I'm very guilty of that. I used to tell people, "Oh, you're so intelligent," but now I try to be much more behaviorally specific. You did a really good job in completing that essay. I thought the words that you used were very high level, and it reflected well on your ability to write. So being behaviorally specific, and obviously all the stuff that's going on in your household right now, just looking for things to praise rather than focusing on things that are negative or that need attention to because they're not helpful or that they're possibly even destructive. So take some time today to really dial in to giving your kids, and if there's no kids in the household, be intentional about giving these positive messages to your spouse or partner. Or, reach out to somebody and make sure that you sprinkle in some positive affirmation messages while you're talking to them on the phone or doing a video chat. So again, just really looking for opportunities to make sure that people are feeling valued, that they're feeling seen and heard. I hope you have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you for our last day tomorrow.